So the battle lines are drawn. It's India versus Australia in the final, and I'm actually right now in enemy territory. Don't get me wrong, I'm still in New Delhi, but this is the Australian Embassy. With me, the High Commissioner to India from Australia, Mr. Green. And you know what? Pardon my over enthusiasm, almost bordering on jingoism, with me using words like, enemy territory and battle and so on and so forth. I'm usually very calm, but when it comes to the Cricket World Cup, I just get a bit carried away. But I want to know.
We understand that.
I want to know from you. It's the first time that you're in India, and you're also, witnessing the excitement, the energy around of the Cricket World Cup. Are you enjoying that?
Totally. I mean, very much enjoying the cricket. Loving the feeling in the stands, enjoying all sorts of engagement that I have with the Indian people I meet at games. And there's the other thing I'm enjoying is the way in which Indians think about Australian cricket and cricketers. I get a sense that somehow our society draws respect from the way in which you think about Australian cricketers and their never say die, backs against the wall fighting spirit.
That's really interesting. You're right. Because of the dominance that Australia has had for so many years, there are a lot of admirers here in India of the Australian team. Firstly, you're here in Delhi. I know that you went to see the first game in Chennai. Are you going to be travelling to Ahmedabad as well?
I will be. I hope I'll enjoy it a bit more than I enjoyed Chennai. But yeah, I'll definitely be there. What a privilege to be a representative of Australia in the big stage like that.
I mean, this is a personal question, but how do you manage to get an air ticket? Because I'm struggling to get one.
We got one at just the moment that we thought we would be in the final. We pressed that button very quickly and made sure that I had an opportunity to get one because, as you know, they're scarce as hen's teeth.
It is, in fact. Right now, no air tickets available, but the ambassador here was smart enough. While the semi-final was on, he booked that ticket well in advance. We'll be there in Ahmedabad. One thing that I noticed with the Australian team, as you mentioned, that they didn't have a great start in Chennai, then lost a couple of games, then had a win or so. But the resurgence actually happened from the time that they were here in Delhi, enjoyed a meal with you. So what I want to know from you is, what is it that you fed them?
Oh well, they had a. They got a bit of a pep talk. They met to meet some other Australians and some good Indian friends. Look, I think you're right. That was a moment. I think they already felt as though they had turned a corner. And the real point is, isn't it notable that the Australian team has found a way to be in a winning form at the right end of the tournament? I don't think that's a coincidence. I mean, I think that's the management of our side. So, it was a great privilege to have them here and to introduce them to many of my Indian friends. And yeah, you're right. That was a turning point, and now we see the result.
Okay. If I was going to ask you to look into the crystal ball, predict what's going to happen on Sunday, what do you reckon?
I reckon it'll be a tight game. I think India will be tough to beat. They're in great form. But there is a certain steel about this Australian side and a readiness to fight till the death. So I think we're in for a good contest.
Okay. Give me 3 reasons that gives you a lot of confidence that Australia can. I mean, they go in as the underdogs, but then they can upset the apple cart.
Well, I mean, there's 3 obvious reasons, Dave Warner, Adam Zampa and Glenn Maxwell. But if you want thematics, then I think the fact that Australia has got into a winning form at the right end of the tournament. I think the fact that this country is a place that many Australians now play cricket. They're comfortable here. They know your players. They know the grounds. They know what to expect. But the third factor that I would mention is the captaincy and leadership of Pat Cummins, which I think is really striking in this tournament. He knows his cricket, but he also needs how to get men into a position to win.
As an Australian supporter, can you name a player or maybe a couple that you think you'd be wary of in the Indian camp?
Oh, you can't go past Virat Kohli. I mean, the guy's in super form. He's got all the shots. And he's got a great temperament. So do worry about him. But I guess the Australian team will be thinking about themselves rather than the Indian opponents and making sure that they all play their roles best.
And finally, are you a bit of a cricketer yourself?
Well, I have been. I played at school. I played as a young man, and I'll still pick up a cricket bat at a family function in the park or on the beach in Australia. I was never a great cricketer. I think I told you probably my best skill is as a slips catcher. You don't get picked in teams for that. And as a batsman, I was much more Jeffrey Boycott than I was Glenn Maxwell. But I love the game, and I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I love Jeffrey Boycott. In fact, we have a position in our Veterans League for a nice slip fielder, so I'm going to give you a call next time we're going to be having a game. But Ambassador, thank you so much for taking our time and wishing you all the very best for the final.
So to you too. Cheers.